Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, articles, notes, research, and pull out the key insights for you.
Yeah, we dig through the pile so you don't have to.
Exactly. And our mission today, for you listening, is to tackle something I think we all grapple with. That gap, between what we say we'll do and what we actually end up doing.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, I'm a classic example. Just last night, I went to bed way too late, swore I'd get up early, hit the gym.
Let me guess.
You guessed it. Alarm goes off, and suddenly I'm having this intense debate with myself about the profound benefits of just 5 more minutes.
Slight chuckle. I am right there with you. I had this whole stack of reading I promised myself I'd get to first thing.
Yeah.
And somehow my thumb just magically opened up social media instead.
Yeah.
It's that feeling, isn't it? Realizing your best intentions just got, totally derailed.
Yes. That little internal battle where your now self just completely steamrolls your future self.
Precisely. And that battle, that negotiation is really why we're doing this deep dive.
We're talking discipline today, but maybe not the way you usually think about it.
Right. Because when you hear discipline, what pops into your head? Probably waking up at 5 a.m., ice baths, kale smoothies.
Intense workouts, no fun allowed. Just this sort of joyless, rigid existence.
Exactly. That scary military kind of discipline almost. Or maybe like a monk's life.
Yeah, super strict.
But here's the thing. Based on all the research you shared, that extreme approach, it mostly leads to burnout, resentment even.
And just giving up, right?
Yeah, for most people, it's just not sustainable. And crucially, it's not what the really effective strategies suggest.
Okay, that's a really important point. So this deep dive isn't about turning you into some kind of discipline machine.
No, not at all.
It's about figuring out what real discipline looks like. We want to find strategies that are actually actionable,
Yeah.
Human.
Gentle, simple, achievable, things you can actually stick with.
Think of it as finding a shortcut to actually doing the stuff you set out to do.
And the very first step, which comes up again and again in your sources, especially that Psychology Today piece, is redefining the word itself. Discipline. It's not about perfection or being super harsh on yourself.
Okay, I like the sound of that already.
It's actually a much kinder idea. It's about building self-respect simply by keeping small promises to yourself.
Small promises? Like what?
Like if you say, okay, after dinner, I'll just go for a quick 10-minute walk, and then you actually do it, that's it. That's discipline in action.
Doesn't have to be running a marathon or anything.
Absolutely not. No monumental effort needed.
No, I really like that reframe. Because honestly, when I do manage those tiny things like that walk, I actually feel it. It's like this quiet little boost, a sense of satisfaction.
It really is. Your notes touch on this self-efficacy, locus of control. It builds this internal, respect.
Yeah, respect.
And maybe even a form of self-love, honestly. Every small thing you do today is like a little gift you're giving your future self. You're building trust with yourself.
An internal trust account. I like that.
But here's the trap, right? We hear discipline and we immediately think huge, grand goal.
Oh, definitely. Starting tomorrow, I run 5K every single morning, or no more sugar ever.
Guilty. That's the classic go big or go home mindset.
Which, as you said, is usually where it falls apart for me. Those massive goals are just too much, too soon, especially when life happens.
Exactly. And that's where the behavioral science papers you pulled together really shine. They talk about the massive power of starting small.
Tiny habits, micro commitments.
Yep, those terms kept coming up. Think about making your bed. Seems trivial, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Or writing just one sentence in a journal. Drinking a glass of water before your coffee. These aren't just small tasks. They're like foundation stones.
Okay, that clicks. It reminds me of that idea, I think it was in the James Clear notes you shared, about getting just 1% better each day.
That's exactly it. It's not about the giant leap. It's those tiny, almost invisible improvements that add up massively over time.
Compound.
Precisely. And the big takeaway, looking at those longitudinal studies in the research bundle, consistency trumps intensity. Every time.
Right. So it's not about one heroic effort once a month.
No. It's about the small thing you do reliably, day in, day out. Think about learning an instrument or a language.
Okay.
An hour once a week. Not nearly as good as, say, 15 minutes every single day, even if the total time is less overall.
Because you're strengthening those pathways in your brain through repetition. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember trying to commit to writing for an hour every night. Lasted maybe 3 days. Total failure.
Been there.
But then I tried scaling it way back. Told myself, just write for 2 minutes, just 2.
And what happened?
I almost always kept going. Those 2 minutes often turned into 20, maybe 30, without even trying. It's just about lowering that initial hurdle, right? Getting started.
Absolutely. That is the magic of starting small. Which kind of leads us to the next big question that a lot of your sources explore. Why do some habits stick almost effortlessly, while others feel like pushing a boulder uphill constantly? What's happening under the hood?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What is the secret sauce for making good habits actually last?
Well, a lot of the behavioral psychology articles point to this really elegant model, simple but powerful. It's called the habit loop.
The habit loop. Okay. That sounds almost too neat.
It does, but it breaks down like this. 3 steps. A cue, a routine, and a reward.
Cue, routine, reward. Okay. Can you walk me through an example? Make it real.
Sure. Let's use your morning alarm example.
Yeah.
The alarm rings, ding, ding, ding. That's the cue. It triggers your brain. Okay, habit time.
Got it. The trigger.
Then your immediate action, maybe hitting snooze, maybe grabbing your phone. That's the routine, the action you perform.
Right, the thing I actually do.
And the feeling you get, maybe temporary comfort from staying in bed or that quick hit of novelty from checking notifications. That's the reward.
Ah, the payoff. Even if it's small or fleeting.
Exactly. And over time, your brain wires those 3 things together. Cue, routine, reward. Creates this powerful, often totally unconscious loop.
Okay, I see it now. So if I want to change a habit I don't like, I don't necessarily need like superhuman willpower.
Not primarily.
It's more about strategically messing with that loop. Like, can I keep the start and end, but just swap out the middle part?
You got it. That's the core insight from researchers like Charles Duhigg, whose work was in your notes. Keep the cue, keep the reward you're ultimately craving, but deliberately change the routine in between.
Okay, that feels way more doable than just constantly fighting myself.
It is. It takes the pressure off willpower, which, as we'll get to, is definitely a limited resource.
So let's say I feel stressed. That's my cue. Instead of grabbing my phone, my old routine.
Which gives you a temporary distraction, a fleeting reward.
Right. I could aim for a better reward, like actually feeling calmer, and swap in a new routine, like a short walk, or maybe just some deep breaths.
Perfect example. Textbook habit loop hacking. You identified the cue, stress, defined the reward you truly want, calmness, and picked a new routine, walk breathing, to get there.
It's about being smarter, not just trying harder.
Exactly. Your article from the Journal of Consumer Research really hammered this home. Discipline gets easier when you shape your environment and engineer your routines, not just by gritting your teeth.
Less about being morally weak, more about understanding how my brain works. I like that. It feels less judgmental.
It really does. And this whole idea of engineering habits connects directly to another big theme in your sources. Mindset.
Okay, mindset.
And specifically, this distinction between being proactive versus reactive. How do you generally approach things?
Proactive versus reactive. Tell me more.
Well, being proactive means you're making choices before stuff happens. You're planning, anticipating, taking steps ahead of time.
Okay.
Reactive means you're mostly waiting for things to hit you, then scrambling to respond, letting circumstances dictate your actions.
Ah, like me with dinner last night. Totally reactive. Didn't plan, got starving, ordered pizza. Hunger called the shots.
They've all been there. But contrast that with, say, packing your lunch the night before, or spending 15 minutes on Sunday mapping out meals.
Right. Then I feel in control. I'm making intentional choices that line up with maybe wanting to eat healthier.
That's proactive living, and it drastically cuts down on how much willpower you need in the moment.
Okay, so being proactive helps. What else contributes to that kind of disciplined mindset?
Having a really clear vision. This came up a lot in the goal-setting research you found.
A vision, like where I'm heading.
Exactly. When you have a vivid, compelling picture of the future self you're working towards, the daily grind doesn't feel so grindy.
Ah, I see. Those small, sometimes tough actions become investments, not just chores.
Precisely. Like if you picture yourself feeling genuinely healthier, more energetic, that morning workout isn't just pain, it's building that future you. It reframes the effort.
That's a powerful shift. Makes the why really clear.
It does. But here's another mental trap that trips us up all the time. Your notes on self-compassion touched on this.
Let me guess. Comparing ourselves to others.
Bingo. Scrolling through social media, seeing everyone's highlight reel. It's so